You know, this is the week for Decoration Day. Do you call it Memorial Day? Sure. Doesn't everybody anymore? Sure, it's known as Memorial Day now. I don't even think our 5 kids know what Memorial Day hardly is. Oh, they know that they joined the village parade. Do you have a parade in your village? Our kids used to get their bicycles and decorate the bicycles, and they'd all join. They'd get their brownie uniform on or their Girl Scout uniform. Then march down the main street in town. And they ended up at the War Memorial. I don't think it ever dawned on them, though, why. Well, they passed out hot dogs and candy at the War Memorial. But I can remember as a kid, it was always called Decoration Day. It was the day we went to the graves. Visit the graveyards. We always went to Acres Chapel. Mom would gather some flowers from our yard or from a neighbor's yard. We never paid for them. We'd get irises or peonies, or do you call them peonies like we did? Yeah, that's what we used to call them. We'd get a bunch of peonies and go to Acres Chapel. Go up Route 96. What wonderful memories. The whole family went. We'd go up the little country road, and there was Acres Chapel Church. It's where my mom and dad used to court. Well, now, if you're young, you're saying, what's court, Martha? Well, I think my daddy asked my mama on the first date. Well, no, he didn't ask her. He asked her daddy if he could take her to the revival meeting at Acres Chapel. You turn off Route 96, what beauty in the hills of southern Illinois as Acres Chapel stands there. Brings back wonderful memories to me because I know my mom and daddy started their love relationship way back in the early 1900s. Well, you go right past the church. And in fact, you know, it was erected, I think the sign says 1868. It's a historical site. It's marked there. Yeah. Wonderful memories of Acres Chapel. 1868 it started. Many of my relatives are laid to rest there. You go up the hill, and right at the top of the hill, the first thing you see is my Grandpa Reed's big granite tombstone that says Reed. My grandpa thought that the more successful a man was, the bigger his tombstone. Yeah, so he had this big, great granite stone. All the relatives were there. It was friends and relatives that I hardly knew, but Mom and Dad knew them all. In fact, on the other side of Grandpa's tombstone, it was hand engraved, his name and my Grandma Reed's name. You notice my grandpa was born in 1858. I never knew my grandmother Reed. She'd gone to be with the Lord long, long before I was even thought of. Uncle Buck and Aunt Lula are buried there. My Uncle Todd and Uncle Sam's buried there. My big brother, my big preacher, my big brother that was a preacher is buried there. I have some baby brothers and sisters that Mama lost. Then Mom and Dad's tombstone is just down from Grandpa's. It's just rather small. Yeah, with a Bible in the middle. It seemed like the appropriate thing to do because Mom and Dad gave their life for the gospel. For the gospel. Now, I don't want this to be a maudlin. Is that an old term? I don't want it to be a maudlin program of musical memories. But today I want us to remember on this Decoration Day. and wait.